Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome to another Destiny 2 video. Hope you guys having a great day. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over all of the changes coming to Season of Dawn. Guys, we have a lot to cover, so strap in. This is going to be a good one. But before we get into it, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you do not miss out on any of my weekly uploads. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So right off the bat, we have the Season of Dawn calendar. Also, they are rotating the bosses in the sundial activity, so that really gives a lot of intentionality to this season, considering this one's gonna be a little bit longer than Season of Undying because of the late release of Shadowkeep. So we're actually getting the full 3 months of the season. The all new sundial, and as you see, there is some difficulty changes to the sundial activity, which is what we've been wanting, considering the Vex offensive activity didn't have any difficulty spectrum to it. It was very bland, and this is what we've been wanting. Vex offensive had a great structure, just not a lot of depth. Now, they are showing us 2 exotic quests that we're getting. That is really nice. Looks like a sidearm and an auto rifle, what it appears to be. We don't really know much. They didn't go over any of these weapons, which is good. We don't want to know a lot. I would prefer being surprised, you know. Now, before we get into the nitty and gritty of this week's TWAB, I want to go over what Dylan has posted in the Bungie subreddit. So he states here, in Season of Dawn, we will be reintroducing Rusted Lands, bringing elimination to a static playlist node available at all times, and doing a bit of sandbox work to refresh how Crucible gameplay feels. A few weeks back, we previewed the changes for One-Eyed Mask and Recluse, which may shift the sandbox around a bit. On top of that, we have a slew new legendary weapons and exotic armor pieces, guys. That is awesome. I'm pretty stoked. It's definitely a win. Now, there's a lot more going on here, but I definitely want to have the main focus on this week's TWAB. I will leave a link down in the description. If you want to go through and check this out yourself, feel free to do so. So let's get right back into this week's TWAB. So they made some changes with the rewards. Increase the drop rate of the Scourge of the Past raid exotic weapon anarchy from 5% to 10%. So if you're grinding for that weapon, that will definitely give you a fighting chance with this RNG drop. The exotic engram and the faded engram have been collapsed into a single new exotic engram item. When opened, it awards a new exotic if any remain to be collected. Otherwise, it contains a random piece of exotic armor. Note, contents are still class specific. We've been waiting and waiting for this to come about for years. For years. We go and spend our materials on this faded engram for a snowball's chance to get something we don't already have in our collections. It is crazy that this has not been implemented into the game sooner. Moving on to powerful and pinnacle reward caps. Powerful cap 960 up from 950, and the pinnacle cap was raised from 960 to 970, guys. It needed to happen because if we're leveling too fast, then the intentionality is going to dip later on in the other seasons. We don't want that. Now on to the subclass buffs. So last week they gave us information about the solar subclass buffs, but they didn't stop there. Striker code of the missile, middle path, Thundercrash, increased base damage from 2,700 to 3,200. Increased in flight damage from 100 to 200. Slightly increased the amount of time you have in the air after activation. Wow. So that is a build to be reckoned with. Wow. I'm definitely going to give this a try with my Titan going into this season. Next up, Night Stalker Way of the Pathfinder bottom path. Vanish in smoke. Added a short period, 0.8 seconds, after the invisibility is applied, where firing weapons or performing other actions will not break invisibility. This should help prevent allies from accidentally breaking invisibility the moment it's granted to them if unexpected. Yeah, this is a good fix. This would happen to me quite a bit. One of my friends would, try to save me, wouldn't know they were doing it. I'd shoot, I'd die, because I'm not invisible anymore. Next up, Void Walker Attunement of Fission, middle path. Handheld Supernova, adjusted grenade charge time so it lines up with the animations and effects. This should make it feel more consistent to activate. So more about the Crucible. Added Rusted Lands to appropriate playlists. We saw that in the trailer as well as what Dylan was saying in that Reddit post. Also, added the Dead Cliffs, dude. Dead Cliffs is back. That's what's up. Legion's Gulch, Retribution, and Solitude to appropriate playlists. Definitely gonna be loving that in competitive. That's gonna be really fun playing that 3v3 Elim on Dead Cliffs. Removed Emperor's Respite, Equinox, Firebase Echo, and Vostok from all Crucible playlists. These maps are still available for all play in private matches. I'm glad they got rid of Firebase Echo. Gosh, couldn't stand that map. Next up, Seasons Fleeting. Currently, we're in the final week for Season of the Undying in Destiny 2. All players should be aware that after this season comes to an end, some activities and loot sources will become unavailable. Here are some notable callouts. Undying's free and premium season rewards, including acquisition for Ariana's Vow. Ariana's Vow Catalyst Quest, Vex Offensive Matchmade Activity, Vex Invasions, Vex Weapon Data Seeds, the Seasonal Artifact Gaylord's Eye, power bonuses granted from the Seasonal Artifact, as well as season-specific triumphs, seals, and titles. Please note that the Ariana's Vow and its Catalyst Quest will become attainable through alternative acquisition paths in the future release. Players who have already obtained and begun this quest may complete it after the season ends. Stay tuned for updates. So Dylan replied to a fan earlier today, and this guy stated, "I just want to know what the ritual weapons are for next season." He replied with, "There will be a ritual weapon on Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit next season. See you Tuesday." Wow, they have really kept it hush-hush on weapons, guys. I mean, I'm very excited for what they have to offer. As for loot, definitely going to be a major grind this season. That's also another thing I'm looking forward to. Just keeping that intentionality and grind going is a must. Also, very excited for the return of Saint 14. Really looking forward to his story and what lies ahead with the Sundial and this season. So what do you guys think about all of these new changes coming to Season of Dawn? I'm curious to see what you guys have to say down in the comments below. And as always, guys, I'll catch y'all in the next one.